Hello, everybody. Today I am talking about Mars in Cancer from 1st of June to 20th of July. Mars is debilitated, weak in Cancer. And at the end of Cancer, Mars will go through Gandanta as well. So, how to manage this transit? Let's explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking Mars in Cancer. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Lots of new information coming up. I'm going to be doing Ketu in Jyeshta, June news, and much more, so you don't want to miss out at all. So let us explore Mars in Cancer. This is from 1st of June to 20th of July. Mars is debilitated by transit. This happens once every 2 years. Mars orbit is 2 years long. So once every 2 years, Mars will go into its debilitation position. And we as astrologers should understand when a planet is strong or weak. So Mars is debilitated, it is weak. Even weakness has some positive points, but we have to understand, especially if you are Aries or Scorpio, ascendant or moon, your ruler is weak, so you are not feeling so confident. Mars is very focused as well. So for all of us, there's a lack of focus because we can be doing too many things and being, focusing on few things, concentrating on things. That will be very good for you to undertake. There are other aspects that are happening. Mars is going to be with Venus most of this time. Mars Venus start their kind of togetherness, you can say, from 22nd of June, and they reach the exact conjunction on 13th of July. And then, although Venus will move away from Cancer, Mars goes into Leo as well. And this Mars-Venus togetherness lasts for quite some time. So this is something that we will watch out in the next Mars in Leo. Also, I'll talk about Mars-Venus. However, the exact conjunction is on 13th of June, which is like a war as well. Mars is fire sign, Venus is water element. And so there's a clash. It can be steaming energy. It could be romantic steaming, but it could also be a clashing of ideas. So watch out for 13th of July. And throughout this transit, the Venus element. So I would say the feminine, the romantic, the wife, partner, marriage, those things are there in Mars' mind, but he's not very strong. So it may be that in Cancer, Mars is avoiding to face issues. One of the things I find about Cancer and the crab is that the crab walks sideways. And often you see when planets are in Cancer, or if you have Cancer ascendant also, if you want to avoid an issue, instead of confronting it, you will move sideways. And Mars specifically is a mega confronter. He will confront everything and he's very focused. But in Cancer, if an issue is they don't want to deal with it, they will move sideways. So that can be frustrating for yourself, but others also, if you see others doing this. But I would say that until Mars goes into Leo on 20th of July, it is important to give a little space, understand that this is how the energy is going, but also don't try to make a decision if you don't have to. And secondly, if you feel that you're doing too many things, maybe try to refocus yourself, try to focus on a few important things rather than, losing your energy doing too many things. And then, at the end of this transit, Mars will go into Gandanta, and that is on 19th and 20th and 21st of July. It will go through Cancer Gandanta. Now, the Cancer Gandanta is going to be very activated, Cancer Leo Gandanta. And I'll make a separate video about it, because now the time has come where planets are crossing that energy. Venus will have already crossed, and Mars is the second planet to go through that Gandanta. So that is a very unsettled, insecure position for Mars. So you need to watch out for this. Usually Mars in Cancer is not so much of a warrior energy, any fighting or aggressive energy, because Mars is a warrior, but he's in a more nurturing, loving, comfort-loving position. So often you see that people don't make aggressive decisions. However, because Saturn is in Capricorn, throughout this transit, Mars will be aggravated by Saturn. 1st of July, when there's the exact Mars-Saturn opposition, that will be maybe the most frustrating time. But Saturn continues opposite Mars for this whole transit from 1st of June to 20th of July. So there is an aggravation to Mars, and the houses Mars rules in your chart, if he's your ascendant or moon sign, of course, that is a little bit more intense. But remember, for all of us, Mars will be ruling 2 houses. So those houses, that area of our life, we will feel a little bit of weakness there. If Mars rules your house of finance, then money is the thing that you have to be careful if he's ruling your career. So just to watch out for. As I said, that for astrologers, it's very important to watch what is happening and then do the balancing action. So the 3 most important things about Mars: firstly, it's debilitated. So there is an inherent weakness of Mars, which happens once every 2 years. Secondly, it is with Venus. So what is Venus's influence? And third, Saturn is in opposition. So Saturn is irritating Mars and pinpricking, like outside interference all the time. And the fourth aspect is that Mars is going to go through Gandanta at the end of this transit. So how does it actually affect you? Remember, all the analysis is from your moon sign and your ascendant. Aries, Mars is your ascendant ruler. This is a very important planet for you. You feel weak. You feel lack of focus. Are you overdoing things? You feel irritated because Saturn is aspecting. And maybe the pressure, self and career, those are the long, big issues. Relationships can be a big issue because throughout the transit, Mars and Venus are together. You are not at your strongest, and you don't know how to deal with these issues. And sometimes you are not being very committed about it. And do remember that 13th of July is the big clash between Venus and Mars. So there can be some kind of big issue coming up in relationships at that time. Taurus, Mars rules your 7th house. So 7th house of relationships. It also rules 12th house of expenses. And I would say that there can be weakness of wanting to spend without thinking things through. But your partners, they feel not so strong. They feel weakened by this transit. So they are not also committing to things. They can be moving sideways about any major decision. Give them time. The things will resolve themselves. Cancer for you is your 3rd house. So 3rd house is also the house of decisiveness. And Cancer, Mars is not very decisive just now. So be cautious of it. And then the Mars-Venus togetherness. It is your ascendant ruler. I'll be making a separate video about Venus. But they are also together, and there's a clash on 13th. So watch out for that, 13th of July. But it looks like that when Mars and Venus are together, you're on the same page, yet there can be a clash of ideas, clash of thinking. Gemini, Mars is not your best planet. However, it rules your 11th house of money, 6th house of opposition. It is placed in the 2nd house of saving. So I think that the 11th house lord in the 2nd house is quite a good position for you. Because it can think about saving what you want to do with your money. At the same time, as I said, Mars is not very decisive. And throughout this time, Saturn is aspecting your 2nd house of finances. And Mars Saturn, it can show some stress about earnings as well. But be cautious, be careful. I think things will work out for you. You have to watch where Mercury is. And for part of this transit, Mercury is in your 12th house. So be careful about your expenses. Cancer, Mars is in your ascendant. And whenever a debilitated planet comes to your ascendant or your moon sign, that means that you are very much focusing on that energy. Mars is the best planet for Cancer. Its weakness means career and children. They can be pressurized to you. Do watch out for your health as well. And Mars Saturn opposition can bring some conflict regarding relationships, because in your chart, the relationships is the 7th house is ruled by Saturn, and it is aspecting your ascendant, and there can be some disagreement regarding career, work, those issues as well with your spouse or the better half. So do watch out for that. Leo, Mars is in your 12th house of expenses. Mars being your best planet, being in the 12th house, it's not so good for you. Do watch out for your expenses. Be careful about that. Now, Venus also joins there. The Venus for you rules career and opportunities, and efforts as well. So this Mars-Venus conjunction is in a difficult house for you. So specifically for Leo, they need to watch out for their expenses this time of year, especially after 16th of July, when Sun goes into your 12th house as well. The expense area is very much activated. So I would say be careful with your expenses. Sometimes your efforts are not being rewarded. So be okay about it, because things will start working out soon. Virgo, Mars is in your 11th house. It's a good position for Mars to be in. Mars is not your best planet. So its weakness maybe is slightly better for you, although I feel any planet that is weak is not so good for everybody. But Mars is, thinking about money, finances. Venus is a good planet for you. So Venus is being in the 11th house of money, when the Mars-Venus combination, you may be kind of hedging your bets, not sure about how the financial situation will pan out. And then Saturn is aspecting the 11th house. So I would say that this Mars in Cancer transit specifically for you is all about your earnings and how you're going to deal with them in a proper way. And this may not be the best time for you to seek more money, or if you are wanting to discuss about your remuneration with your job, maybe wait till Mars moves out and Venus moves out. Libra, Mars is in your 10th house of career, opportunities, and actually 10th house transit is always a good transit. Now, Mars rules relationships for you, and it also rules money for you. Being in the 10th house, even though he's weak, he's quite good. And your ascendant ruler will also come there after 22nd of June, moon ruler, if you're looking at it. So this can be a good time professionally. I would say that don't waste your time trying to do too many things. Try to focus on a few things that you want to achieve professionally during this time. Watch out for the 13th of July and 1st of July when there is a exact Saturn opposition that can create frustration and also some kind of conflict as far as your spouse partners are concerned. So be conscious about that 1st of July, then 13th of July with the big Mars-Venus conjunction, because Mars-Venus rule your first and seventh house. And, for your partners, the 19th, 20th, 21st, when Mars is going through Gandanta is another time to watch out for. Scorpio, Mars is your ruling planet. So this is a time of weakness. Although Mars is in your ninth house of study and knowledge, whenever the ascendant ruler is weak, it's just important to keep an eye out on it, that you are not at your best, you're not at your most confident. And then Venus is there, which is partners for you. So the partners are very influential. You don't feel strong to counteract them or contradict them. And they can be some aspect of life where you are on the same page, some aspect of life where there's conflict. And throughout this transit, Saturn is irritating you, it's stressing you out. So, usually Saturn is always wanting you to do more work and take your responsibility seriously. And Mars in Cancer doesn't want to do that. It wants a more comfortable, easy life. So actually, how you handle it is important. The Gandanta from 19th to 21st of July, just that is a weak time of life. So be conscious of it. Sagittarius, Mars in Cancer is in the 8th house of transformation. Venus is also there. Mars is a good planet for you, but 8th house is always transformative, changing. It's not directly, we could say, influential for you in a way that for other people. But sometimes unexpected events can happen. Mars rules 12th house of loss. It's in the 8th house. It creates an opposite effect, actually. That means it can stop the losses from happening. And Venus rules 6th house. So in the 8th, they are okay, both of them. But I would say that still be careful that don't create situations for yourself that there are unexpected events happening. And also watch out for Jupiter retrograde. I'll make a separate video about that, which is in, I think, 22nd of June. Capricorn, Mars is in your 7th house. Relationships, definitely Mars is the planet of war. It will bring some fiery energy as far as relationships are concerned. You yourself, Saturn has been aspecting the 7th house and irritating it anyway. But the Mars coming there, the Mars-Saturn opposition on 1st of July is to watch out for. Venus is a good planet for you. So if Venus was coming in your 7th house, it was fine. But they are both together. So that means there's quite a lot of weight there in the house of relationships. So do watch out for it, and especially on 1st of July when Mars-Saturn opposition is there, and that can be quite frustrating for you. And in relationship, you are keeping a handle on how you are dealing with any conflict that comes up and erupts during this time. Aquarius, Mars rules your 10th house. And it rules your 3rd house. 3rd house is self-effort, 10th house is career. Mars is placed in the 6th house. So I would say 6th house is about boring work and day-to-day work, jobs that we do. And you can also think of karma yoga. That means selfless effort, not thinking, oh, I should get instant result from my work. You could just wait it out and deal with it. And this Mars Saturn opposition, Saturn is you. And the opposition means that you're pressurizing yourself to show results and to get work sorted out. So I would say wait till Mars changes signs, and this kind of 1 month, 1.5 month of Mars being in Cancer is to just do your work and do it like a duty, as a responsibility. That will be the best. Pisces, Mars is a good planet for you. And it is in your fifth house of creativity, ideas, but also rules your second house of money, ninth house of higher knowledge and higher mind. And I think financially, this may not be a good time for savings or changing your, what you want to do financially during the Mars in Cancer transit. And same as far as knowledge is concerned, study, guru, it's not at its strongest, but it can be a good time to try to focus, because as I said, Mars in Cancer is trying to do too many things. So you can think about focusing on a few things. Now, Mars-Saturn is interesting, this opposition of Mars-Saturn for Pisces ascendant, because Saturn rules the 11th house, Mars rules the second house. So in a strange way, this is also a dhana wealth yoga. So you may find that despite its weakness of Mars, because Saturn, the second and 11th house are opposite each other, this can be also bringing some opportunities for saving or earning. So keep a lookout for it while being conscious that Mars is not at its best. So that is it for today. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification, and especially because this month, the end of May and June, lots of things happening. There is going to be Ketu changing signs, eclipse, Jupiter turning retrograde. So you don't want to miss that out. So remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Thanks.